the United States is drowning in its own trade war. A battle not fought with missiles, but with tariffs. A silent yet devastating conflict whose battlefield includes supermarkets, factories, and corner shops. And its origin lies in a decision by President Donald Trump himself to raise tariffs on thousands of imported products. It all stems from a seemingly simple idea. Impose tariffs on imports, especially those from China, to make made-in-USA products more appealing. A gamble to protect national industry. But what seemed like a strategic move has turned into a boomerang hitting companies, workers, and families alike. And by now, the blow is impossible to disguise. Most of the products Americans use daily aren't made at home. From mobile phones and appliances to clothes, toys, toilet paper, and even snacks. With tariffs of 10%, 15%, or even 25%, the result has been immediate. Soaring prices, tighter margins, logistical chaos, and worst of all, layoffs and business closures. Giants like Pepsi, Hasbro, Procter & Gamble, and American Airlines are among the most affected. But the real tragedy is unfolding in small businesses, the local shops that don't make headlines but are paying the highest price. Take Pepsi, for example. Its concentrates are made in Ireland, where the company has enjoyed tax advantages for years. But with new tariffs, that model is no longer profitable. The cost of aluminum for cans has also risen. The result: reduced margins, lost competitiveness, and the urgent need to seek alternatives. And when that happens, it's the consumer who ends up paying. The price of products like Doritos has increased. Why? The ingredients come from abroad and now cost much more. A bag that used to cost $1 might now cost $1.50. It might seem minor, but in a shopping cart with 100 items, the impact is huge. Procter & Gamble, which manufactures everything from detergent to personal hygiene products, has already announced price hikes. Hasbro, the toy giant, is also struggling. Many of its production lines are in Asia, and moving them to the US is no simple task. Product prices could rise by up to 20%, right in the middle of the summer season. But beyond the big brands, it's the small businesses that are suffering most. Hardware stores, bookstores, independent distributors. Many rely on Chinese or Mexican products. Now, those products arrive at higher costs, with delays, and with less availability. Some businesses have chosen to absorb the losses. Others have simply shut down. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce estimates that more than 30,000 small businesses have been directly affected. Many tried to prepare. They purchased large inventories before the new tariffs kicked in. But that cushion is now gone. And today, they don't have the capacity to keep importing, nor the margin to raise prices without losing customers. And what can't be sourced abroad also can't be made domestically. The national industry isn't ready to meet full demand. There aren't enough factories, raw materials, or skilled workers. According to experts, it would take 8 to 10 years to reindustrialize the country on a large scale. In the meantime, consumers are beginning to notice in their daily lives. Target and Walmart, two of the country's biggest retailers, have already issued warnings. Empty shelves, restocking delays, and price hikes on essential goods. Walmart has even closed stores in cities like Chicago. Why? We can't maintain inventory. There simply isn't enough merchandise coming in. And this plays out in real-life situations. A father who can't find diapers of his usual brand. A family unable to replace their microwave because it now costs $100 more. A student postponing the purchase of a laptop due to a sudden price spike. Inflation, pushed by these additional costs, has spiraled. And the Federal Reserve, in its attempt to control it, has raised interest rates. This makes loans more expensive, slows investment, and deepens the sense of economic uncertainty. Meanwhile, tourism is also taking a hit. American Airlines has seen a 20% drop in international passengers. In cities like New York, hotel bookings are down by 40%. And in border areas with Canada and Mexico, businesses report a historic drop in tourism. Many citizens from those countries now avoid visiting the U.S., discouraged by rising prices and political tension. Adding to all this is an increasingly tense atmosphere. Trump's promise that tariffs would bring factories back has yet to materialize. There's been no mass repatriation of jobs, and the affected countries have responded with retaliation. China has imposed its own tariffs. Europe has restricted U.S. imports, and other nations are striking new trade deals that exclude Washington. On top of that, legal challenges are mounting. Chambers of commerce, import associations, major corporations all accuse the government of acting unilaterally without assessing the real impact. Some even argue that these measures violate World Trade Organization rules. And in Congress, the mood is no longer one of unconditional support. Some Republican lawmakers are beginning to openly criticize the effects of these policies. "We're losing more than we're gaining," said a senator from Iowa recently. And he's not alone. Because at the heart of it all, the question is clear. Is this trade war worth it? Trump insists that today's sacrifices will bring tomorrow's gains. But for millions of families, that tomorrow feels increasingly distant. And the present grows more distressing by the day. The kind of country being built with these tariffs is one that's more closed, more expensive, more fragile. Instead of fostering alliances, it builds walls. Instead of boosting production, it raises the cost of daily life. And the irony is obvious. What was meant to be protected, the American industry, is being hurt by the very measure intended to save it. Because the global economy cannot be reversed with decrees. It requires strategy, planning, and long-term vision. Not impulsive decisions or endless wars. Perhaps there's still time to correct course, to negotiate balanced deals, promote a real industrial transition, and protect consumers, businesses, and workers alike. But with each passing day, the damage worsens, and the human cost becomes harder to undo. How much longer can the U.S. economy withstand this trade pressure? How much more must families, small businesses, and consumers endure? The answers remain unclear. But the unrest is already here. In the streets, in households, in company ledgers. And in the meantime, the tariff war rages on. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you next time.